Welcome to the AI generated podcast with your hosts Art Crumans and Ian Jung.
Today on the podcast, we have two special guests, Praket Shah and Aditya Shah. Introduce yourselves, please.
Hello.
Tight.
Hey Praket, so you had a pretty interesting topic to bring up. Would you mind repeating that for us again?
Yeah, so as we all know, the U.S. military has a budget of approximately $900 billion a year, and it's only going up due to inflation and the economy and finance and such things. So it baffles me as to why they have to spend so much money when they can just train for free in Clash, which costs $0 to download from the App Store, and the Pass Royale is only for like $5. So, I mean, I don't see why that's not an effective training method, and why they can't just get ready for war in Clash. Not only that, but other countries like China and Iraq or Iran, they can also adopt this method and maybe even bring peace to, conflicts by fighting their wars in Clash rather than in real life.
See, that would cause a lot of fewer deaths.
I agree, and also, it's not like what you were saying about ending conflict, right? It's not like people care less about like Clash. Like, as an example, we had our clan, Little Than Babies, at its peak in October of 2023. Everyone did Clan Wars, and it was all people talked about. People love Clash, okay? So there's no reason to not adopt this method to fight all future wars, as Clash truly is like the universal language.
I think,
right?
I like where you're going with this, because I think, like, as humanity, we want to achieve like utopia as a society, and maybe establishing like global Clash might be the first step.
See, so you think we should implement more Clash throughout the world?
Yeah, I think
not just first world countries, but like third world countries. Every single country should have the Clash Royale team.
I think for all the people in the UN and NATO who are listening to this, should maybe think about implementing Clash more into the world order, so that we can take the first step
and
to
achieving
utopia.
They already have a form of conflict, clan wars.
That's true.
All they have to do is put like a team of 50 of their top 50 Clash Royale players and put them in battles against each other every week.
For example, you'd have the USA clan, and then you'd have the Russia clan, the Ukraine clan, the China clan, the Israel clan, and the Palestine clan,
the New Zealand clan,
and and rather than fighting actual wars where people could actually die, they would instead fight clan wars, which not only are they more peaceful, but they also give the clan chest to the winner, which will allow the winners of the clan war to level up more decks in their Clash Royale account, which, as we all know, very important, very good. Now, Aditya, you're obviously on board with this.
Yeah, of course.
What other benefits could this bring third world countries? Besides like peace, but like how else could this help like other places?
So it kind of evens the playing field, Less money means third world countries can participate more.
Yeah, it's like now, like, all of a sudden a country like Somalia is on the same like playing field as like a giant like Australia.
So, but then it would like level the playing field. But that's more.
Wait, but would third world countries be able to afford the Pass Royale for all 50 of their top players?
This is why I think
UN
needs to step in.
Only the top 10 get Pass Royale. The rest can play.
No, but that's
not
fair.
even. Yeah, it's not fair. They will be under level.
We need to have Clash Royale be the mecca for modern warfare. All right.
Exactly.
Now, no, but you just talking about leveling the playing field. Like, I agree with that, but that's more like in terms of military. I'm saying like in terms of like quality of life for citizens. How does Clash Royale benefit them? Like, in what ways? Like,
I mean, listen. As I already described, right? Clash Royale is the first step to achieving utopia, which means like as we progress, as more countries continue, to adopt Clash Royale into their governments, into their civilizations,
To their schools.
problems like world hunger, gender inequality, crime. These things are all just gonna be things of the past.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone will live happily.
Now, I'm sure some of our listeners are hearing this and they're thinking, but won't this mean that like Supercell, as the creators of Clash Royale, wouldn't they have like an extremely high amount of power over the entire like global landscape and who is in power? Like, for example, say that every single player on the Chinese Clash Royale team was playing Expo, but then Expo got a range nerf and their deck was just completely destroyed. And Supercell has that kind of power in your society. What would you say to that?
I think that's on China for playing Expo. Expo players.
Well, yeah, I think. And Aditya, you're right, and we have to think about it in the equivalent of our current world, so they know how to treat something like Expo. And honestly, Expo is the equivalent of dropping nuclear bombs on orphanages. It's just ridiculous. But technically, you can do it. Doesn't mean you should do it. So if Supercell did something like Nerf Expo, that would be saying hey, stop nuking orphanages. So it's maybe not a bad thing. Maybe
no. Okay, Praket. I wasn't saying they specifically nerf Expo. I'm just saying in general, someone's deck. What's think of a respectable deck. I don't know. Minor wall breakers. Say all the Brazilian players were playing minor wall breakers, and then it gets horribly nerfed, and it doesn't work at all. And then Supercell has this extreme amount of power where they can just do that to any deck.
I feel like,
and criticizers will say that. What do you have to say about that?
Countries should be they should have different decks in their 50 players. They shouldn't all be playing the same deck.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, just in general, Supercell just has a lot of power.
No, wait.
Think about it. Every country still has access to all the cards.
That's not my.
That's not his point. He's saying Supercell still has this overarching control over each of their decks, each of their everyone.
They can control everything.
They're it's totalitarian.
Yeah, right? And would it not be that Supercell just controls the world at that point if they?
I feel like they should add a new board, a board of global powers, and then they each have a representative to Supercell to argue and for their balance changes.
No, but here's the thing, right? Billions of people across the world currently already believe in a god, right? Like a being that something that has just created our world and universe. So
you think that people are going to start to believe Supercell is the god?
I mean, I don't see why that'd be such a problem. if we already believe that there is such a thing as God that has created our world, then why not treat Supercell, which has allowed us to achieve utopia?
Because Supercell isn't God; it's just a bunch of dudes.
Aren't they God? They have saved our world more than what God has done for us in our world. God has allowed atrocities like the Holocaust and 9/11 to happen. Supercell has given us a perfect world. Why would we not treat them as God?
You make a great point, Praket.
They do.
See,
no.
Because Clash Royale really is the greatest thing that's ever happened to the world, and you're right. A lot of other atrocities have happened, but if we just put our trust into Supercell and Clash Royale, you're right. The world would just be a lot better, and it would be a lot safer, and there'd be a lot less problems.
You're right. I mean, I really think that we should have a church of Supercell rather than a church of Jesus Christ.
True. I agree. What would you say to people that don't play Clash Royale? And therefore don't want Supercell as a god.
As silly as it may seem, some people may not agree with this idea. They might not agree that they want Supercell to control all global conflict.
Well, they should not be allowed in this new...
Yeah, why are they just rejecting modernity and change? If anything, our world has been something that has changed over time. 8 billion years ago, it was just like nothing, and then it came into existence. And then it was a ball of fire, and then it was really icy. And now it's normal, but then it's gonna get hotter because there's a lot of gas and whatnot.
Oh,
So what does that have to do with anything, though, Praket?
So it's like
No, he's talking about the change.
it's like this is just like
change.
this is just
It's just the
continuous
next
change.
change.
I
it's
understand
just like
that.
evolutionary. Like
Exactly.
it's like an Evangelion when it's like they want they want to do instrumentality so that everyone is like in peace and no one is lonely anymore. But then like some of the people are like, oh, but what if we want to have like individuality? But the thing is, that's just a refusal to evolve, which is going against, you know, like natural selection and like the natural order and evolution, which we are supposed to do. We are supposed to evolve, and this is the next step in our evolution.
So, but then, like, what would you say to people who just, I don't know, think that, like, what if it's best not to evolve? Like, what if it's best to just, like, because where we're at, or in fact, maybe go back to the past. Because in the past, like, they're saying, like, oh, there was all these great times in the past. Like, why don't we go back to that instead of looking, like, and trying to always change things when things were already good?
Trying to go against evolution and natural selection is like trying to play God. And you are not God. We are just mortals.
Supercell is.
Supercell is a god.
Well, I guess so. Like, you know, we can't resist it. We can't fight change. We can't fight, you know, evolution. It has to happen, and our lives will be better for it.
So, I mean, we all always, of course, are like...
I think everyone here agrees on that point.
Yeah, but, like, I don't know. This is kind of like might be a controversial opinion that it's going to be difficult to convert other people towards. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not sure, like, especially people who've just, like, never heard of Clash Royale. Like, how are they going to believe that, like, the dudes who just made this game are just God? Like, it's going to be crazy.
I mean, it's true, but I mean, there was once a world without McDonald's in it. There was once a world without Taco Bell. The world has accepted them both to be quintessential to our survival.
Godlike, one could say.
I mean, like Jeff Bezos, Amazon. He's him. Like, he's the man.
So
Yeah.
I think we've officially converted all of our listeners to Clashism,
Exactly.
as it is now
Supercell.
called.
Send
No,
a letter
Clashism.
to your representative.
Send a letter. So I think it's best. I think we are all asking the listeners to send letters to their representatives. Go to UN meetings. Suggest this, because Clash Royale truly is a much more peaceful and much more civilized way of waging wars or fighting or having conflict in general. Because there's truly just no downside. And also, I need to get my fireball to level 14. So I do think that this will be a good thing for society.
I have a level 12 magic archer.
Now, on a similar note, Praket recently
Came up with a new topic. Can you please ask us that question?
Yeah, so like all this talk about Clash just got me thinking, like, you know, in the past, like before they had like sliced bread that you could, like, you know, you could just buy and get it like that, like from the store. Like, how would they make toast if it was just one big piece of bread? Like, you can't fit
Like
it in
a
the
big
toaster.
loaf.
I think they had back then were just bigger toasters that they could fit the whole loaf.
Yeah,
in one
bro,
thing.
but like the
No, but
problem
how
is the outside
and that
would
would-
get burnt and you won't get
Yeah, how do you get the inside to toast?
and get toasty. And like
Yeah.
it's like like if you take two breads and then you put jam, like, or like peanut butter, Nutella, you're just eating like one big piece of.
See, what I think they did back then, they just cut off all the crust. So they would like heat it, so like everything would get cooked, right?
Yeah,
and
but
they
then,
just
like,
cut out the outside.
Bro, but doesn't the outside then
Did
turn
they
to
put
crust
the
again?
crust back on?
No, they don't need the crust back then.
Wait, but
What?
then wait.
No. This is
Wait,
unbelievable.
yeah, they did. They totally ate
No.
the crust back then. What are you talking
No,
about?
they didn't.
Yeah, no,
they
bro,
fed it to
because-
the dogs.
because, like,
They
if
fed
they
it to
did-
the sheep.
No, they can't like waste it because they all like.
Yeah, they were all starving. They can't.
Yeah.
waste
Well, I
the
know
crust.
they had like sheep back then, right? So like pigs, they feed it to those things, and then they eat the pigs. So that's not waste.
Oh my god!
So are you
you are
saying
so
crust
stupid.
is just like
No, but the pigs poop it out.
The pigs just poop it out. Also,
Yeah, but they can still get the nutritional.
it's
value.
still
And what about in countries like Pakistan where they don't eat pigs? Then they just waste the
Pakistan.
yeah.
Well, they have like a sheep equivalent, don't they?
okay. Here's a better
Guinea pigs.
question. Ian,
Don't they eat guinea pigs there?
Ian, we know you're stupid, but it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Here's a better question.
Oh, all right.
If you're trying to put
Oh,
like
right.
jelly or something on your toast, right? And it's not pre-sliced. It's not sliced up, right? You can only put it on the outside, right? So that means you're gonna have to eat through like the entire middle without getting any jelly, and then get only the jelly on the outside. Like the ratio is all off. Like how did they live with that?
What I think you do.
Bump it into the toast. like
Bro, they did not have that technology back then.
Exactly. That's stupid.
maybe they just make a.
We're
hole
talking
in the
about back before they had like ChatGPT, bro.
See, what I'm thinking, they put jelly, and then they just put a layer of jelly on top of it, and then they just eat it like that way, like a
No,
sandwich.
I'm telling you, that's like stupid because you're. Oh my god, you were just on a.
Wait,
No,
no,
Art,
yeah.
Art, you're not understanding.
You put the jelly
eat
on
you
top.
eat the first layer of jelly, and then you make a second layer
Exactly.
of jelly. Once you're further
That
into
is
the
too much
toast.
work.
Bro,
Well,
on the part
that's why sliced bread is better. There's a lot more.
Yeah, no, we're not talking about
inefficient
when they have sliced bread. We're saying like
When
in
they
the
didn't.
BC time and like caveman times when it was like
Yeah, like
before-
when Jesus of Nazareth wanted to eat like Nutella and bread.
and then there was no sliced bread. You would have had to put the Nutella all on the outside and then eat through the middle where there's no Nutella at all. Like the ratio is
I
all
think
off.
You can
I don't think they would eat
reapply.
it through the middle. They would not eat it through the middle.
So they just don't eat the middle.
No, you
No,
reapply.
you reapply
the
exactly.
I don't
That's
think
insane.
that's
Yeah,
too
no.
much work.
Which
I
is
feel
why-
like no, but think about how nasty that is. It's like you already bit into it, right?
Mhm.
And on the bitten part, you're putting on more stuff. Like I feel like it's kind of
Exactly.
nasty, bro.
I said now, I feel like I'd be fine. Back then, they were like really unsanitary.
Yeah, but like, how
right?
do you know that's not gonna start like the second, like, or I don't know how many plagues there were, like another plague, like COVID, or actually, I guess
Well,
that didn't happen.
No, because you're the one biting into it.
Yeah.
Because it's your spit on the thing and then you eat it.
Right, but now we're getting into a different conversation of like, isn't it too greedy to eat the entire loaf?
You can
can share
share the loaf with someone
I see.
else, but then you eat your half and then they eat their half.
Yeah, but then eventually you're gonna get to the point where you have to basically either choose who gets the rest of that loaf and eats that spitty part, or you gotta just get to the end of it and you both start making out in the middle.
That's a
That would
very
be
interesting
common.
point.
That would
bro.
be
it's
common
like-
problem back
It's like, and what's even worse with that is like, what if someone has been eating like peanut butter and one has been eating like Nutella, and one of them was allergic to nuts and the other one was like allergic to hazelnuts, and you guys start kissing, and then you both get allergic reaction and die, bro. This is a real problem. This
Not
might have.
anymore.
was a real
In the
problem.
past.
Which is
in the
why
past.
sliced bread has saved many lives.
Sliced bread, like, this is obviously like a true statement, Ian, but that's not what we're discussing right now. Like, that's just a redundant claim.
Okay.
All right.
We're talking about what would happen
Like
without sliced bread.
what
Without
did they do
sliced
before? Because obviously, for humans to have survived this long, they had some solution.
I feel like the life expectancy back then was much lower than it is today.
So there's
Which is-
accepted
which is
that they
could be a part of
died.
this.
So you're saying that the moment that sliced bread was invented, life expectancy.
Oh, they're
like-
getting like married at 13 years of age because they did not expect to live past like the age of 25.
That's what-
yeah, I know. And you're saying that sliced bread was the main cause that human
it could
life
be
expectancy.
one of the. It could be the main cause.
Hey, and that's not even like we're saying that marrying a 13-year-old is a bad thing. So I feel like that's not relevant to what we're talking about, right?
Okay,
Yeah, that's not the discussion we're having right now.
I was using that as an example to say that they did not expect to live very long.
And it's
True.
because they're all pedophiles.
No, it's because they don't have sliced bread. Are
Hey,
you even paying attention?
Listen, pedophilia wasn't a thing back then. Okay? If you lived back then, you would have married a 13-year-old too.
I don't think I would have.
I don't know.
Rocket, I don't know how to feel about these like pedophilia sentences that you're
Listen,
like spewing.
I think you're just insulting our ancestors right now because they were obviously able to find a solution to not having sliced bread. We are so lucky to be able to go to Walmart. They didn't even have Walmart, okay? They didn't have Walmart. They didn't have the Subway in the Walmart where you get a foot-long cookie or foot-long nachos, bro. We have those luxuries today. And, you know, as a trade-off, you can't marry a 13-year-old.
Praket, why are you talking about this like you want to marry a 13-year-old? We should move off of this
Well,
topic.
Praket, if you were in those ages,
Bro, who wouldn't?
At what age? At what age?
I feel that's not relevant for this conversation right now, okay? This isn't a court of law.
Okay. Alright. That's a very interesting take, Praket. I don't know. I think we should move back to the question of the bread because I feel like that marrying 13-year-olds is not relevant to this topic.
Okay,
So
what if instead of biting into the bread, they smush it together so it's a tiny ball of bread,
Okay.
and therefore they can.
Okay,
eat
yeah,
it.
but like according to physics, when you make something like that dense, it turns into a black hole.
True statement.
Wait, so how big is this giant loaf of bread that we're talking?
And how small are we making it?
Small enough to eat.
small enough.
Like
Right.
a bite size?
But now,
You could say like a giant loaf of bread. That's small enough to eat.
Yeah, because like in one bite, like how many bites do we?
Yeah.
Are
No,
we
no,
saying?
no.
I mean, this could also change from
Roughly how
person
much?
to
I'd say
person.
about like 6 to 7 bites. But like
6, 7.
I like that
Anyways, it would take 6 to 7 bites to eat the bread. So roughly, each bite is probably like 2 or 3 square inches.
That's a really big area.
Maybe. You're right. It's probably less.
one
Square inch. So doing the math, it comes out to 41 square inches, which is
True statement.
which would be significantly smaller than a whole loaf of bread. And I don't know where you would generate the energy to smush an entire loaf of bread into that small volume.
I don't think at the time, unless we were like corrected that they knew how to form black holes, like just by themselves.
I don't think when they didn't have sliced bread, I also don't think they had particle accelerators.
I feel like we might need someone like Stephen Hawking on this case, who's like, even he's old, but like I don't think he existed then. And I mean, if we're being honest, he also liked 13-year-olds.
Praket, you need to stop talking about 13-year-olds as it is not relevant to this discussion.
Listen, I was just giving you the facts, okay? Whatever was going on at Epstein's Island, they probably had whole loaves of bread.
Praket, you need to stop talking about Epstein's Island.
Listen, I'm just giving you the facts right now, okay? That's what we're here for, okay? That's what our listeners tune in for, is there for the facts.
Okay, well,
What are we talking about?
we were talking about sliced bread. How did they live without it?
Yes. A giant loaf thing, right?
But I feel like my question is, like, I don't know. Sliced bread is like such a basic invention. Like, why did it take so long for them to discover that?
Like swords.
I mean, you say it's basic, but like for them, it's like, I mean, they obviously didn't have it, and they were obviously they were smarter than us because like.
Think about it.
Don't say it, Praket. Thank you.
I mean, well, okay, you don't know what I was gonna say anyway. But
Think about it. They just made bread, right? So it's gonna take them like a couple hundred years to discover sliced bread.
Are we talking about the time before dinosaurs or after dinosaurs?
I would say
the bread was invented before dinosaurs, but then sliced bread was way after.
Oh, I see.
So
So
bread.
we're talking about like both periods, like the period.
Yeah,
with
like the
dinosaurs.
period when the dinosaurs were there, they didn't have sliced bread. They had to eat the bread in.
yeah, but
well, we
dinosaurs
don't
are
know.
huge, so it didn't matter to them. They could just eat it like that.
Oh, did they have
That's
bigger
true.
pieces of bread?
But then how would they toast it?
But someone like a pterodactyl, they might have trouble because they have like a beak and whatnot.
See, but how would they toast that bread?
No, that's what we're saying. We're saying there's like
toasted bread.
none of it makes any sense because if your bread isn't in slices, like how do you eat it? That's the question we're asking right now. Like if you're like a
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because you can't just eat the whole loaf.
Well, I mean, you could just eat the whole.
Maybe
loaf.
their loaves of bread were bigger than ours.
no,
How would that make it any better?
No, actually,
I
get
agree
it.
with Ian.
No,
wait,
because the dinosaurs were way bigger than us, right? So
They
what we
obviously
would think
more
is like
nutrition, right?
so
they
if you
make
have
giant loaves of bread.
if you have a regular sized
giant
loaf
loaves of
of
bread.
if you have a regular sized loaf of bread and you're a dinosaur, dinosaurs are way bigger than people. A regular sized loaf of bread is gonna look like a regular dinner roll from like the school cafeteria to you, right?
You're right.
So you could just eat
Yeah,
that.
I can eat those in just one bite.
Exactly.
I just shove it down my throat and it's just like nothing.
Nice.
Because I got a wet throat, so it goes down. That's my favorite part about lunch.
But that still doesn't answer the question. How did the humans who were alive during this time, how did they go
Okay.
about eating the bread?
Okay,
What if back then, instead of having big loaves, they only had small loaves of bread? Only dinner roll size bread.
But how would you?
you know what? I think that's something worth thinking about. Because, like, if they, like you said that to a dinosaur, like a loaf of bread for us is like a dinner roll.
Yeah.
So what if then humans were like, oh, we can just scale that down? And they only ate dinner rolls.
So are we saying the dinosaurs actually had bread first, and then humans later?
Of course.
Adopted it.
Yeah.
They just were like, okay, we should scale this down, make a dinner roll, and we can eat it just like that. You know what? I never considered this.
But then here's a different question: if your bread is always that small, what's the reason for inventing sliced bread? Because if your dinner rolls are always that small, like why would you ever want to invent a slicer if it's just unnecessary?
You know, I think right now, like, we're referring to the seeds that the NSA planted in our brains to try and make us into consumers. So we buy things that we don't need,
Like sliced bread.
sliced bread. Because why have that when you can just have a roll?
Well, what if you want to taste the inside of the bread?
Well, that's
Then
like
you
outside
bite into
into
the
the
dinner
roll.
roll.
No, I mean like sandwich bread from Walmart. Right?
Yeah,
It's like you have
like
the
Wonder Bread.
yeah, like Wonder
That's my
bread.
favorite.
you have the like the fluffy inside, right? You don't want just the crust on the outside of your sandwich. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, fuck the crust, man. I hate the crust.
So like, what if you want to do that, and then I think a slicer would be useful. But then, if all you've ever known is the little bread, why would you ever go to the big bread?
Well, I don't even know what a slicer is. Because the bread just comes sliced already.
In the
No.
How did
Bread
we
is
invite-
made to slice.
How did we
They
invent?
just
Oh.
They just create sliced bread. I don't think you're understanding.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was like
Well,
it was regular bread, but they like
genetically breeded.
Yeah, they
Wait, but like,
time
so
they bread slice.
wait, okay, so like, the bread's like mom was like,
no, it's GMO, genetic engineering.
Exactly.
They
Over time, it became more.
no
more and
scientists
more sliced.
scientists design the bread to be sliced.
No, eventually you could just pull it apart, creating like a whole loaf of bread. You could just like pull that apart.
I see. So it comes with the slices built into the bread.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's in the DNA of the bread. When you plant a bread seed, then it's a
Well, no, the
non-sliced.
question is, are breads mammals? Do they lay eggs or no?
They don't lay eggs. They're plants, dumbass.
yeah, but they're like fuzzy. They have like fur,
Yeah, exactly.
like a dog.
Well, there's other things that aren't mammals that have.
Haven't
fur.
you ever thought that like a dog or like a hamster kind of resembles bread? Especially when you leave bread and then it becomes even yummier and like it has like a white fuzz.
It has like the green stuff on it.
Yeah. Doesn't it look like kind of like a cat?
That's an interesting point, Praket.
Wait, hold on. Can we pull this up? Like, I think I've shown you the cat bread image.
You have.
Right.
We're not going to show that.
I think
up.
the
Pull that
resemblance
up.
is just uncanny.
You're right. So you're saying that bread is actually a species in the Mammalia phylum. And
Yeah.
I think we're onto something here.
and so then you believe that the sliced
What
bread is a
are-
genetic engineered creature that is. But then why aren't they like running around though? They're always like, yeah, I never see a
Oh, it's
bread
like, it's
boy
like, it's
running
like
along.
coral, you know.
Trees
like
don't run around,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
they're they're alive.
No, I know, but all mammals do. All
Well,
mammals
it's
can
just a
move.
different
No, you
type
don't.
of mammal.
My cat hasn't moved in 7 years.
Well,
Okay. Here's
okay.
a question:
Praket.
Are we doing too much to the toast to make it sliced? Like, is that
What?
humane to that to the toast?
To the bread, you mean?
Exactly, to the bread.
Because yeah, if you think about it, you are cooking.
Well,
with
the
alive.
thing is that I don't mean to insult any of the breads listening, but they're not very intelligent. So I don't think that they would even understand what's going on. Also, the genetic modification is not painful. They're just merely changing.
So you don't think ripping them apart piece by piece is damaging to them?
Well, they come that way.
They're not.
No, we're not ripping them apart. Dude, they come that way from the store when you buy it.
So
We're not doing anything.
So are you saying each slice of bread is its own mammal, its own animal?
No, I'm saying that the whole loaf is a different species that's just been genetically modified from the original species, which is
So you're ripping it apart.
You're not.
No, you're not. You dumbass. They come like that. They're happy being that way.
So they were ripped apart in literally.
How do you know that?
Why? You keep saying that they were ripped apart. They
Aditya.
came like that in the bag.
Aditya, that's the same as saying, like, how inhumane is it that I attached arms to your body? Like, you just came that way.
Yeah,
That's how
like-
it works.
Like,
It's
you
the
not
same
want your
idea.
arms? I'll cut your arm off right now.
Apologies
No,
to the
but
bread.
are we saying it's like pugs though? Like eventually they grew into like a dog that had nostrils too small to breathe.
Yeah, like it looks like someone just smashed their face
Yeah,
with a
exactly.
pan. And now they can't breathe. They're like, every time you go up to one, it's like...
Exactly.
So,
I feel like that's what we're doing to bread right now.
They're smashing their nose in.
are you
Exactly.
a bread's rights
I
activist?
believe you guys are being very insensitive right
Yeah.
So, but then, thing is the bread is not. How do I put this? Breads don't need to breathe to survive.
now. How do you know that?
The
How do you
bread
know
is
that?
not
You don't know
living.
Exactly.
Well, you know what?
have you
Actually,
talked
bread-
to a piece
no.
of bread? Have you even talked to a piece of bread before?
here's the thing. No, here's the thing.
You asked its opinion.
Actually, you know what? I'm wondering something now, because if the bread is already in the bag, are they breathing in the bag?
Breathing in the bag or breathing?
Like, if they're in the bag, how does the bread breathe?
How do they breathe?
Maybe. So you know how
No,
how
that's what I'm saying.
No,
So I
listen.
think-
You know how fish can breathe underwater? Bread can breathe in bags.
Yeah, but that's because water has oxygen in it.
No, but I have a different idea. What if bread is an anaerobic organism? Doesn't need oxygen to survive. So it works on anaerobic cellular respiration.
Why have you not sent a piece of bread to space and see where that has got us?
Because there's other ways to die in space other than suffocation.
Yeah, like an alien can shoot you.
Exactly.
Haven't you watched Star Wars?
True.
You just get shot down by the Death Star if you go to space, dickhead. God, you think NASA's actually going to space? No, they're going. They're all actors. Okay, it's all a conspiracy because the Earth is actually flat. I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic. Wait, this is
That is
the
a topic
donut?
for next
that is a
episode.
topic for next time. I'm sorry.
Wait. Donut shaped though.
I do believe
Donut
I
shaped,
believe
though.
they're the donut shaped.
Well, that's a topic for another time. We're getting off track here. I'm sorry.
Back to the bread.
Back to the bread.
Have you guys heard about the Great Bread Uprising of the 16th century?
That didn't happen.
Don't believe
Yes.
I have.
That
What happened
that has been debunked several times.
That was a conspiracy. You're obviously just not informed.
Is it like the round Earth theory? Similar conspiracy?
Um,
Well, that's just not even a conspiracy. That's just for school children to believe.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, like Santa, the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah.
it's the same level. No, that one isn't even like taught anywhere. It's just fucking ridiculous. Like, why do you even say that? Come on.
Yeah. Just shut the fuck up. people.
No.
No, but okay. Back to the bread. I'm sorry.
No, I feel like we could talk about the flat Earth theory.
No.
I don't want to give into Aditya's
Yeah, I agree.
fetishes. That's the word I was looking for. That's the word.
So, on the topic of the bread.
Does the bread breathe in the bag or not?
Yes.
No, I'm saying it's anaerobic. It doesn't need to
No, I
breathe.
feel like it dies in the bread. We just don't know it.
Are there anaerobic like animals?
Oh,
Wait,
what
are
about
we
this?
eating
What
dead
about
bread?
this? The bread is alive, but then when they put it
In the back to kill
in the
them.
bag to
No!
they kill it first.
This is inhumane.
This is insane. I think we need a protest.
Bread rights. Bread rights.
Bread rights.
Hmm.
Okay, to our listeners, while you're talking to your congressman
Please comment
About-
hashtag bread
about
rights.
about implementing Clash Royale into world peace negotiations, also talk to them about bread's rights. Bread's rights. It's the new wave.
Hashtag BLM. Bread lives matter.
All right.
All right.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. We'll see you later.
Bye.